But she had me real young at 15 years old.
It's not.
But she always carried herself like an individual who was 40, 50. You know, I would have thought my mom was already aging. You know, then, you know, times got rough. You know, the recession. She had my little brother, so she kind of went through some things. So life started to hit, and once life started to hit, I really started to have my mom back in certain instances. And over time, you know, her being so young, it's hard out here. So she was just trucking and trucking. So life would be up, life would be down, life would be up, life would be down. But through the whole process, I always knew I was protected. So leading up till about middle school, I was real heavy into like the hood. I love my hood. I still love my hood. I'm from 2-5, but I don't bang it as much as I used to. And then I actually got shipped to VA. When I went to VA, I played football out there my 9th and half of 10th grade year. And that's kind of when I started to see myself change and start to see the influence that I had around people. You know, like for instance, it was a dude named Josh. I don't like to use the word. You could tell he wasn't as normal as everyone else. You know, he had special needs, and he used to sit by himself. So I used to start sitting with him because, you know, everybody at the school already loved me. You know, I was football figure, everybody around the town, newspaper articles, all of that. So I began to sit with him, and then after that, I just slowly started to see everyone in the school embrace him. And from that time on, I kind of knew, like, nah, you special. You know, you got something to you that people like really embrace. So I moved back home. So coming back home, everybody there kind of like treated me like a superstar. I'm not even gonna lie. I was like a star. And coming back home, you know, DC, PG, the DMV area, you know, but it's not like that small town look. And everybody always recognized me for being 2-5. And it was like a big transition because I knew who I was and who I was trying to become, but people also recognized me for who I was back then and the stuff that I was doing. So it was a lot of battles within myself to really be like, this is who I am, and I'm not going to change for nobody, you know. And over time, you know, it became natural. And then about 2019 December, I had a dream, and this when I started to know that like I had visions and signs from the man above, and he showed me like clear waters, and clear waters mean bright future ahead. And then out of nowhere, it was storms, and it means tough times is ahead. And I had the vision of a podcast, so I started my podcast.
Respect.
Next podcast, go check us out.
Shout it out.
And then with my podcast came opportunities that I couldn't imagine. Like the first 2 months of starting the podcast, we was backstage with DC Young Fly. Had interviews with Red Grant. Traveling the world for free, like, you know, just opportunities just coming in my way. But along the journey, there was a lot of downs that a lot of people would say that a lot of people couldn't get through, you know, and I'll touch on those like a little bit later as I get more and more comfortable with telling those things. But it was a journey, it was a process, and it was a test of my faith. And it just leads up to everything that I'm doing today. So.
Big fact. God damn. Hey, that was a whole lot of fact.
If you're not on the field, you're not real.
There you go.
Bam.